What's up guys, Aaron here, back with another video. And today's video is the full review of the Samsung Gear S2. Welcome back, and before we begin the review portion of the video, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Gear S2. The S2 has a 1.2 inch 360 by 360 Super AMOLED display with a total of 302 pixels per inch. And I have to say that this is one of the best displays on a smartwatch that's out. On the right side we have two buttons as well as a microphone. The top button is back and the bottom button is home. Now as you can see, this is a circular watch, and Samsung introduced something pretty revolutionary in my opinion, and that is a rotating bezel. So let's say we're in the watch, we can touch the display and move around, but we can also use the rotating bezel, which I have to say works extremely well. Now the device has a 250 milliamp hour battery and is running Tizen. It also has a T9 keyboard and works with most Android smartphones. There's nothing located on the left side of the device. And located on the back we get some Samsung Gear S2 branding as well as our heart rate sensor. We also get a very nice silicone band that has a classic style buckle. Now that we've gotten more familiar with the device, let's go ahead and begin the review portion of the video. Now I'm going to first start off with the things that I don't like, and then we'll get into the things that I do like. So the first thing that I don't like is the price. The Gear S2 costs $325 after taxes, which I think is too expensive. $325 I think is really stretching it for a smartwatch. So although the Gear S2 is a premium smartwatch, I don't like the price. The next thing that I don't like is the band. Now I don't hate the band, however I think it's quite stiff and should have a more premium locking mechanism, such as the stainless steel clasp that was on the original Gear S. I'll be getting some metal bands and leather bands in soon, so we'll see how those look and feel, but for now I have to say that I would like to see a more premium band shipped with the device. Now the next thing that I don't like is the screen size. So I'm coming from the Gear S, which as you can see has a way bigger display with a full keyboard. Now I also have the Apple Watch Sport, which also has a rather small display. So I would have loved to see the Gear S2 with a big round display with plenty of room to interact with the display. Now that we've gotten the things that I don't like out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the things that I do like. Now the first thing that I like is the screen. Now I know I mentioned that I didn't like the size of the screen earlier, but I do like the display. The Super AMOLED display is absolutely beautiful and Tizen runs buttery smooth. So although the display is rather small, it still looks excellent. Now, the next thing that I like is that the watch features NFC and Samsung Pay. I think a smartwatch is the perfect device to use at a checkout machine. Samsung Pay will soon be widely adopted for the simple reason that it's compatible with almost every kiosk and checkout machine without the need for the store owner to have to update their register. Now the next thing I like is the battery life and also the power saving mode. The battery life is surprisingly good on the Gear S2. Now I've personally experienced around 2 full days on a single charge without using the power saving mode. Now to me that's a substantial amount of time, and I'm getting a ton of notifications all day, so the use of the AMOLED display definitely helps with battery life. The next thing that I like is the wireless charger. Now in all previous Gear models you had to clamp a device to the back of the watch for it to actually start charging. Now one thing that I do like about this Gear S old style charger is that it actually holds a charge inside of this, so you can carry this around and recharge your watch on the go. So that's actually a pretty cool feature about the original Gear S. Now the charger that ships with the Gear S2 has a magnetic piece that helps adhere to the back of the Gear S2. And as you can see, the watch is charging, and we also get an LED indicator at the bottom of the device that remains red when it needs to be charged and turns green when it's 100% charged. So for the Gear S2 to have wireless charging is a huge upgrade. Now the next thing that I like is that the watch is IP68 certified, which means it's dust and water resistant and can be submerged in water up to 1.5 meters deep for around 30 minutes. Now in my opinion, every smartwatch should be IP68 water resistant, so that's something that I do like about the Gear S2. The next thing I like is how comfortable it is. The Gear S2 may just be one of the most comfortable smartwatches out on the market. Now earlier in the video I did mention that the band is rather stiff, and what I mean by that is if I take the watch off, you can see how it just pretty much forms into your wrist. So if I want to take it and sit it flat, it doesn't want to sit flat. Now a comparison between the Apple Watch, you can see that the Apple Watch sits flat. Now that's how the original Gear S was too. It did have a very nice clamping mechanism on the back here, so it never sat flat either. So I guess I might be asking for too much. However, the device doesn't sit flat. The band is pretty stiff in my opinion. So when I say that I don't like how stiff the band is, I'm saying that I don't like how stiff it is sitting on the actual watch face itself. However, when it comes to the feel of the band, I do like how soft it is. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So it has a soft feel to it, however it's kind of stiff in terms of form factor. So the band is extremely soft, and the bezel itself feels very lightweight, yet very well made. You can easily use this smartwatch all day and not feel any discomfort from the band at all. The band comes in the standard gray color if you purchase the black model. However, Samsung has announced different color band options, so I'll be taking a look at those very soon. But in regards to the stock band and the overall feel of the watch, I have to say that it's extremely comfortable. So in conclusion, should you upgrade from the Gear S to the Gear S2? And in my opinion, it's up to you if you're willing to deal with the two biggest main drawbacks from this new Gear S2, and that is the small screen size in comparison to the original Gear S, and also the fact that the Gear S has a speaker as well as a microphone, where the Gear S2 only has a microphone. So again, this device only has two major downfalls to it, again that being the screen size as well as no speaker. If Samsung would address those two issues, this would be an almost perfect smartwatch. Now if you guys would like to see a comparison between the Gear S2, the Apple Watch, as well as the Gear S, let me know by leaving a thumbs up down below and leaving a comment down in the comment section. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what specific things that you like about the Gear S2 and what you don't. And also let me know if you would upgrade from the Gear S to the Gear S2. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button, and you will be notified in your inbox every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to drop a like down below and leave a comment down in the comment section. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you guys for watching. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Aaron, and I'll see you guys on the next one.